What happened yesterday was a travesty. I pray for Charlie Kirk's family with deep empathy. I know he's home now and that he's free of the turmoil that comes this side of heaven. And so, for that, I guess I'm happy for him. But for those who are still here and hurting deeply because of this, his the effects are even like yet to be seen. His wife, his kids, friends and family. I mean, it's still so fresh. I pray for them, and I hope that most people, regardless of your political views, have the respect and the dignity to just let them kind of mourn in peace. But there's a darker side to this that's going on um, that's maybe less covered. You can see it with a scroll through Twitter, through TikTok, name a social media channel, and it's abundantly clear that there are demonic forces at play here. For people to celebrate this, and even on something like MSNBC, Matt Dowd excusing, justifying, saying, essentially tacitly saying that Charlie Kirk brought this on himself. And if you've watched Charlie Kirk, build his companies over the last 15 years or so, which I have, then you know whatever they're saying about him isn't true. The guy is a God-fearing man, and he actually worked to have conversations with people who he disagreed with, not only to show basically all the fallacies that have been sold about the progressive movement, and to show the damage that it's done within American society, but to hopefully find common ground and to find some honesty and decency among people that you might not disagree with, to show that look, it doesn't matter that we don't agree on the same things. We can still be civil. We can still even be friends and care about one another. And if you know me, you know that I have friends all over the political spectrum. But that doesn't come without being willing to one, discuss things that might be uncomfortable with them, and two, listen and understand that just because somebody thinks differently than you doesn't make them a communist or a Nazi. And I believe that type of rhetoric has become way too normalized. And yeah, you see it on both sides, but let's be real. The left has their hands in the institutional pot in every corner. And so that rhetoric is strong and normalized to the point where people think it's okay to go out and shoot Charlie Kirk because he's a Nazi. So if somebody could prevent Hitler, what reasonable person wouldn't take that opportunity to prevent a new Hitler from coming to power? The problem is that he's not Hitler. He wasn't Hitler. He was the very opposite of Hitler. But because these dolts have been convinced, because they can't think for themselves, because they were told something and told to believe it without question, this is the result. So I want to be very clear to those of you who sympathize with the shooter. If you see this video, I don't know who's going to see this video, probably nobody. Whatever you thought would come of this is not going to happen. We're not, as Christians or conservatives, going to all of a sudden cower and shut up because we don't want what happened to Charlie Kirk happen to us. You have vindicated everything we've been saying. Everything conservatives have been saying for the last several years. Your dangerous rhetoric has led to this, and it's not going to stop us. You've only fired us up more. I admit I was very timid, probably before yesterday, to be publicly expressing my faith on the internet, in videos, and putting my face to that. That's gone. That's gone, baby. That's out the window. So you've now had the opposite effect on whatever it is you thought was going to happen from this. And I'm talking specifically, I guess, to the shooter. Congratulations. You played yourself. We are going to be more vocal, more charged up, more amped up for God than we have ever been. Because we now know that Christian persecution has made it. It's reared its ugly face here in America. And the only way to stop a tyrant is to stand up to him. We're not going to go out looking for fights because that's not what we do. But if you bring violence to our doorsteps, we will show you exactly how efficient we can be at it. I will pray for you, but the types out there celebrating this, in my opinion, you should be ostracized from civilization. I'll pray for you because God commands me to. And I hope that you find redemption and you find Christ. Because honestly, that is your only hope. That is the only hope for all of us. And this just sealed the deal. I mean, there is no question in my mind. This is beyond culture. This is beyond politics. We are in a spiritual war, and it needs to be treated as such. I will always be willing to engage with people who disagree with me. I will love you as I love myself, as God commands me to. But this kind of crap, I'm not standing for it. I'm not going to stand by and pretend it's anything other than what it was, which is demonic behavior. To kill somebody because of the words that they said that you disagree with is beyond me. So I'm going to raise my kids deeper in the word than I already was. They are going to question every nonsensical, asinine theory that you put out. I mean, I'm done. I'm done playing games. And I think most Christians are, and most conservatives are at this point. You poked the bear. And this is what happens. I mean, you've got me charged up, man. You got me charged up for God. So as Christians, let's go out there, do what we are called to do, spread the gospels to the four corners of the earth. Do not be swayed by the people in and of this world. They're going to hate you regardless. And if there's anything that proves that over the last 20 years, even if you try to appease them, they will find an opportunity to eat you alive. So why not just be good with God? For if he is for us, who can be against us? Praying for the Kirk family and friends. And I hope they find some healing. And I hope that, I know God's going to do some good out of this. So I won't even say that. But yeah. This is a call for all of God's warriors to wake up. No more lukewarm Christianity. It serves no purpose. And that goes for myself included. That's all I got.